Just as I am without one plea, but that thy blood was shed for me. That is a song called Just As I Am, and that is the song that they played at my church every time they had an altar call, which was every Sunday. I went to a church called Bethel Baptist in Hartselle when I was a very little girl, and so I don't remember the first time I heard the gospel because I was around church, I was around church people when I was a little girl. But then at the age of 9, I do remember going up front, and a guy with really bad breath walked me through accepting Jesus. He talked me through the prayer, and then in about 3 or 4 weeks, or the next time they had a baptism service, I was baptized. And that was at 9, and I think I understood it as well as I could at that age. There was never a resistance to the gospel that I remember. I was always drawn. I don't remember ever not believing, is what I mean to say. Even when I was a little girl, before I accepted Jesus, I prayed a lot to God. There was a lot of violence and chaos in my home because my dad was an alcoholic, so I spent a lot of nights crying out to God, God, please help Daddy stop drinking. That was my main prayer when I was a little girl. But, I had a draw. I wanted to read the Bible. Whether I wanted to do that because I saw other people doing that, I don't know. But when I was saved at 9, there was not a continued growth. I don't remember I've ever talked of being discipled or growing in that. And so when I was a young teenager, when we weren't going to church anymore, although I was in a Christian school for about a year when I was in middle school, we did not attend church regularly. And so in my teenage years, I made a lot of bad choices. So a resistance to the gospel, I don't ever remember a resistance to the gospel. There was a struggle for me during my teenage years to make good choices that I knew that God would want me to make. So there was that, and I definitely know that the Holy Spirit was always drawing me. Like I said, I prayed even as a little girl. I don't remember not believing. But I do know that there was a difference between that and what happened when I was 9 to what happened when I was 25. And I started doing this Bible study called Experiencing God, and it radically changed my life because for the first time I took the gospel personally. I took what Jesus did on the cross and his resurrection, and I took it to heart. And for God so loved the world became for God so loved Marie, and so I gave him my whole entire life, whatever that meant. God, here I am. I love you. Help me love you, Lord. And that's what I meant. And I've been on that adventure ever since. So I was baptized again at the age of 27. And I've been on this road ever since. And I'm just so thankful that God's love is relentless, that he continues to pursue us. Even when we go our own way, even now, he's doing that and changing me, and he's teaching me how to love Him wholeheartedly. And I'm so thankful for that. I'm thankful for this class. I'm thankful that y'all made us think about this. This has been so good for me, and to think about all of this. And I'm thankful and excited about what's to come. So there's my story. Thank you.